like to get me hands upon that fat old photo, that stair-foot roundabout, that cocktail, that stair-foot roundabout. Hallelujah, God has spoken. Traffic flows better when the lights are broken. Cocktail, that stair-foot roundabout, that knocked up, that stair-foot roundabout. Bobby Bill at New Street, the queues he'd save if he...
Right, before all this lot started, I used to be a miner. I worked in the pits from 1962 while 1994, and it drives me mad about this missing money. What annoys me, the Conservative government, as you know, closed all the mines down. They got us land for virtually for naught. Just look at Court and Wood here. And it drives me mad. Then they've got the cheek to take us pension to the tune of billion. It's all gone, money. Well, I've got Stephanie here, the Barnsley East MP, and I want to explain to everybody, where's it gone, Stephanie? What's happening?
Well, when they privatised British Coal, they basically said they would guarantee the pensions, but in order to guarantee the pensions, they would take a 50% of the surplus.
Right.
This agreement was done between the NUM and the government, but it left miners in a very difficult position. The government basically said, we're only going to guarantee it if we can take 50% of the surplus. And this agreement was done without any advice, without any legal actuarial advice, which means there was no real investigation into how that pension fund would do. And it did better than expected. And that's why the government has taken £4 billion out of miners' pensions over the last 25 years, and they've not put anything in since 1987, because even before privatisation, the government took a pensions holiday. So it's a real scandal, and it's a real injustice that we want to put right.
Yeah. So let's just recap. 1994. That's when the mines were privatised, and so that's when it all happened.
Yeah.
But if and when the Labour government gets in, what can we do? What can we...
Well, we've got, in the Labour's manifesto this year, this general election, we have agreed that if Labour get into government, we'll right this wrong and we'll make sure the split is 90-10. You know, it's right the government gets something because they're obviously guaranteeing the pension. If pension dips, they'll step in and make sure the pensions are paid. So that's why they'll get 10%, which is a much fairer sum than taking 50%.
But to us, to the ordinary layman, the old man, it looks as though it's the Tories' magic money tree. They're dipping in, to us.
The issue is, they're taking the money and then they're spending it, and it should be back in miners' pockets. It's miners who have paid into this scheme, and it's miners' money, and they should have it. And the average miner gets £84 in their pension. And
meanwhile, there's how many miners dying every year? 10,000. I mean, I'm 73. I'm not going to be on this planet. Well, hopefully not. But it really is. It's just a disgrace.
And what I've ultimately said is the way we right this wrong. We absolutely need to change the surplus sharing, but we actually need more money in the scheme, and we need some of the money they've taken back in. Currently, it's about £9 billion in the scheme, and a couple of that billion is government money. I'm pushing that. If the Labour Party gets into office, indeed I've been lobbying the Tory government on it, that we sign over that £2 billion into the scheme, and that would leave an actual increase to miners' pensions. And as you said, sadly, miners are dying off, and when the last miner dies, whenever that might be, in 10, 20, 30 years, that money goes to the government. So if they sign it over now, they will get a boost to miners' pensions, but ultimately they get whatever money's left.
Oh yeah, okay. Thanks a lot, Stephanie.